In the framework of the Open Map for Africa project, the EVPV-Simulator has also been integrated into an online geographic tool, meaning that you can run the model online using this tool acting as a web interface, basically. So a graphical user interface that is available directly online. So the tool is available using a link that you can find here on the Open Map for Africa Modeling Toolbox website. And so if you click on this link, you will arrive on this web page, and here you just have to click Go to App, and you will arrive on the tool. Just one warning before I showcase you the tool and how to use the EVPV simulator within it. If you are working on a small screen, make sure just to zoom out slightly on your web browser to better see the map. So here is fine, but maybe you will need to adjust to 90% or 80%. So the tool is structured as follows. So in the center, you see a world map here centered on Africa, where you can move around. You can also change the background, satellite, or use a typical road-based map. You can also here display different administrative levels. So from large regions to country level down to subdivisions. So very small administrative areas. Using the search bar here, you can also go directly to a specific location. So for instance, if I type here Addis Ababa in, I will here arrive directly on that location. And I can select the administrative area just of the region just by clicking on it. So that's basically just a map, but really the power of the tool lies in the three tabs that you have here on the left-hand side: layers, calculation, and scenario. In the first one, layers, you are able to show different geographic data over the entire continent. And many open data sets here have already been integrated, and more are coming. So for instance, you can display the population density here at hectare level, for instance here in Addis Ababa, but you have many other data available. So for instance, you have road network. You can see also the nighttime lights, which is sometimes useful for some modeling or to see if a region is electrified or not. You have info on the electricity network, also on the aggregated solar potential here, for instance. And what's interesting is that also if you have a map like this, if you click on an administrative region, you will see some aggregated data. So for instance, here for the solar potential, you here see the average solar potential, the minimum, and the maximum. If you want to know a bit more about the data sets, you can click here on the repository URL, and this will bring you to a web page where you have all the details underlying the different data sets. So feel free to display all the layers and play with them. Then you have a layer called scenario, not a layer, a tab, sorry, called scenario, which allows you to map data generated by different models developed in the framework of the Open Map for Africa project. So this tab here is really specific to Open Map for Africa results. And it's a feature a bit still under development. So you will only have access from your side to it once all the Open Map for Africa project data will be available. But this should also arrive soon. And what is really important now talking about EVPV is the third tab here called calculations. So this tab here contains a set of so-called calculation modules. These allow you to directly actually run code on the platform and show results. So notably, it's possible to include full energy system models or some more specific models here. So really with the calculation modules acting as a web interface to run a model. So this is exactly the case of EVPV, which has been integrated as two calculation modules. The main one here called EVPV, and the second one called here EVPV helper, which is basically a helper, as the name suggests, which you will be able to use to generate some of the required input data for EVPV. And so to run a full simulation of EVPV, basically the workflow here will be as follows. So first you will need to select your region of interest, then run the helper, and then using some of the outputs of that helper, you can then run the main EVPV calculation model. So let's do that together. So first I select the region I want to study. So let's go back to Addis, for instance. Here I select subdivision. Note that if for your case study the administrative unit here is not available as a subdivision, it's also possible here to select a hectare and draw a polygon directly on the map to have a first, let's say, rough boundary for your region. Okay, but for the moment, as I have all the data for Addis Ababa, I will just select the existing administrative boundary. So then I go to EVPV helper, and the first thing I need to do is to calculate here the circuity factor for my region, which basically defines the ratio between distance by road and straight line distance. And it will be important afterwards to calculate travel distances by road using EVPV that is specific to my region of interest. So here I will select circuity factor and I keep the number of points to 30, and then I click run. So it's already done. Basically the model has calculated some distances between some randomly selected points that you can see here on the map. And for all these points, it then calculates the ratio between the distance by road and the straight line distance. And then it does a linear regression between those points. And here you can see the raw data for all the points. And this gives you here the value for the average value, let's say, for the circuity factor, which is here equal to 1.45. So I keep that in mind for the following steps. So let's delete these simulation results by clicking here on the small bin and move to the other input that is needed by EVPV, which is the local PV production. So again here in EVPV helper, but this time I select PV production here. I can choose the year, the type of installation, and for the rest I will just leave all the parameters by default, and then I click run. And so here in the indicators I will get the specific yield here for the region, and also other, let's say, aggregated results. But what will be really important then for EVPV is here by clicking extra files here, I can really download the hourly PV production for my region of interest. So for instance, if I open this with Excel, so here I see that I have the hourly data on local PV production, so notably here the capacity factor, which is the ratio between output power and nominal PV power or capacity. And so from this one we will be able to really explore also in EVPV the potential using different installed PV capacities. All right, so let me close that and delete again here this simulation. But what is important is that I keep the hourly PV production file. So now let's go to the main EVPV calculation module. So here, of course, you have more inputs to play with. These are basically organized into 3 categories: the main inputs here, and then you have more advanced inputs here for fine-tuning. And you also see here that you have some layer inputs. So these are geographic data used by EVPV, which are population density, workplaces, and points of interest, all of which you can here also display in the layers tab. And actually, this is a strong point here of using this geographic online tool, is that you already have data for many locations such as Addis Abeba to run the model directly without the need of looking at, finding and downloading data before being able to run the model. So let's have a look at the basic inputs. So the main inputs you will need to define is the number of electric vehicles you want to simulate. So here I will leave it at 1000. Then the spatial resolution of the simulation. Here I will put 3 kilometers by 3 kilometers. The battery capacity of the electric vehicles you want to simulate, your energy consumption, and importantly also here the charging scenario. By charging scenario, I mean the share of vehicles that are either charging at work or at points of interest. The remaining ones are going to charge at home. And also here it's important to select the PV production file that we have just generated using the helper. And also the installed PV capacity that we'll use here also will be linked to the PV production file to estimate the PV production for a specific installed capacity. And also, I don't want to go into a lot of details here, but in advanced inputs, you can also adjust here the circuitry factor to match the one that has been calculated using the helper. So and once you're happy with all your inputs, you can again click run. So for this model, this might take about 30 seconds to 1 minute, depending on mostly the number of vehicles you want to simulate and the spatial resolution. But just pause the video. All right, so here we are. So again, here on the right side, you see a lot of aggregated results here, either in the indicator or the charts tab. So for instance, here you have the typical charging load curve on work day. And you also see a map here. So one with a region geometry and another one here with the charging demand in space for our specific charging scenario. And again, here it's also possible to export a number of additional files. So here, if you click here, you have actually a lot. that basically are also more raw outputs of the model, so you can perform more analysis using Excel or other tools, for instance. So here you are, and you know how to run a full simulation. So now it's up to you to start exploring and playing with both the inputs and looking at the different outputs. Note also that you can find some more information here on clicking on this small button here called Wiki. And also one last important thing, if you click this button here, Account, you will be able to create your own personal account that will be linked to this platform. So I strongly recommend you to do that. So this will notably allow you to upload your own data sets. So for instance, once I am connected with my account, I can go to layers here, and here add a personal layer, which will be a GeoJSON file. Click here, File, and so for instance here I have one layer. When I upload it and I display it, which gives me the location of the current charging stations, public charging stations in Addis Ababa.